If you are new to Predecessor, or MOBAs in general, it can seem like a lot to take in. You have to worry about buying items, knowing abilities, your positioning, etc. We won't talk about items or abilities, as those have options to be auto-bought and auto-upgraded until you get used to the game. These 5 tips are what you could do to help win more games. So here are my 5 tips for beginners in Predecessor. Tip number 1. Learn to last hit minions unless you're a support. Predecessor does something well, and that is that the minion will glow when it's down to 1 basic attack away from dying. This will make last hitting a lot easier, but it still takes some time to get used to. Since this will be your primary source for gold, as in Predecessor you do not receive gold for minion assist, last hitting is huge and will lead to my next tip. Tip number 2. If you are playing support, damage, but do not last hit minions. Damaging minions while you're support will help to upgrade your crest as well as earn gold, but dealing the killing blow to minions, especially in the early game, will just take gold away from your carry and hinder them in the long run. So if you would like the best chance to win, let your carry last hit the minions. Tip number 3. If you are playing mid, the mid river camps are a very important resource and should be prioritized. When you are playing mid, you'll be extremely mana hungry, and how you can fight that is by killing the mid river camp. Killing these will give you a random buff, from movement speed to ability power, attack speed, or even a shield. But on top of that, they all will regenerate a huge portion of your mana, allowing you to sustain in your lane. Tip number 4. Be sure to use your wards and your blink. Using your wards is a general MOBA tip. You'll always want to have sight in the jungle so you know where your enemies are, and since in Predecessor you get a ward every 2 minutes, there aren't many reasons why you shouldn't use them often. As for your blink, I like to think of it as a get out of jail free card that comes back every 5 minutes. It is basically a dash that allows you to get away from trouble. If you use this correctly, you'll be able to stay alive longer or use it offensively to help gain more kills. And for tip number 5, don't engage in the text chat. Very rarely does any useful information come out from the text chat. Instead of it being used for information, people will use it to say silly things like this.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Sometimes they are funny, but mostly it's just your team telling you how awful you are, especially if you're a jungle. No matter how well you're doing or how wrong they may be, they will never say that you're good or that you're right. So if you're playing Predecessor, I would recommend that you just turn off the text chat so you don't work yourself up. And those are my 5 tips. Do you have any more useful tips for beginners? Be sure to drop them down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.